What's up, y'all? We're back here with Aaron Gordon News. I'm here with my guest, Philip Flory, my former teammate. He played Division One, and he's now a basketball trainer in Wisconsin. Philip, what's good?
Not much. I mean, what has it been 2 years now since we played with each other?
Yeah, it's been 2 years. It feels, it feels like just yesterday, but I can't believe, 2 years have passed so fast.
Time flies, when you're having fun. I mean, I've done so much in this past 2 years, and you have too.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable where time goes.
Yeah. So, you're from Wisconsin, talk about growing up in Wisconsin, what was it like?
Well, it's not like Seton Hall, I'll tell you that. With our past conversations, it's definitely different. I grew up in a small town, Wisconsin Rapids. Population's only 18,000.
Mm-hmm.
The closest, big name city is Milwaukee, which is 3 hours away. And
Yeah.
so I didn't really get out that much. So, I mean, I had a couple friends here and there, but what I usually did on a daily basis, wake up, go outside, shoot some hoops, go play with my neighbors, ride on the bike, go to the lake. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, growing up in Wisconsin Rapids, not really that much to do other than just, I brought up to be a basketball player. My dad put a basketball in hands when I was 4 years old, and still to this day, I'm dribbling the basketball, and I love it. And
Yeah.
I feel like this is a great environment to be a basketball player because there's nothing else to do, unless you want to play football, basketball, baseball, whatever. So I think this is a great area, to become good at one sport or multiple sports.
Yeah, for sure. So talk about that, like, you growing up and, you having all those sports, did you play any other sports growing up or anything like that?
Nah, I mean, I don't know if you want to count like football, if you want to count that, but not really. I mean, I played baseball. I quit that after 8th grade year. I was just basketball, constantly.
So, let's talk about your high school experience. What was that like? What were some of the things, talk about like your first game and just, bring me through to your senior year for freshman to senior year.
My high school basketball career is pretty crazy. Freshman year, I started on varsity, averaged about 13 points. Great year, great freshman year. I still remember my first game, and I had 20 points. It was against a pretty good team, Bayport, which is at Green Bay, which is another Division I school. Yeah, the whole freshman year, I mean, we did really well. I was coached by a great coach, Dan Winter. I had great teammates. We had all juniors and one senior. We just all clicked, had good team chemistry. We were above 500 record. Ended up losing our first game in the playoffs, but it was just a lot of great memories were made that year. I still remember them. And I would say, and then after that, I ended up leaving Wisconsin Rapids. I transferred to Oshkosh North. That was a family decision. My dad's business got moved a little bit, so we had to move to Oshkosh, which is about an hour and a half east from Wisconsin Rapids. But Oshkosh North was another Division I school, top in the state. They're constantly in the top 5 in the state of Wisconsin. My sophomore year, I started on varsity over there, coming in as a new kid. That was a great year. A lot of great seniors, great team. A lot of great memories were made there. I enjoyed it. It was I would say it's a different type of basketball over in that area.
How so?
And from Wisconsin, Wisconsin Rapids, it's in Wisconsin Valley Conference. And it's a decent conference, but a lot of people know from Wisconsin, if you get over to the FVA, the Fox Valley Conference Association, it's probably like one of the top conferences in the state of Wisconsin. I'm sure Jordan McCabe, from Kaukauna.
Yeah.
I had to play against him. Tyrese Halliburton, who's at Iowa State now, who's going to be top lottery pick. And he was my point guard growing up for Oshkosh North. So it was a different type of pace, a lot faster, a lot bigger guys. Defense was a lot different. Oshkosh North, we played 1-3-1 defense the entire time. Wisconsin Rapids, all man-to-man. So that was something to adjust, but it worked out for me because I'm more of a athletic, kind of quick type of player. So on the 1-3-1 defense, I was on the wing, and that was kind of like my sweet spot. I would just read the defense. Read the offense, read their eyes where they're passing it. I would go get it. And, I had a couple of dunks here and there my sophomore year.
For sure.
Which was great. We ended up losing, I think it was our second or third game in the playoffs. Great. It was a great season. Junior year, going into my junior year, I don't know. I think I told you before, I ended up breaking my foot.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to sit out my whole junior year. It was tough for me. Any kid that has an injury, it affects them mentally.
Yeah.
And some of them have to take a break from the sport or just can't do it. They just quit. Me, I couldn't stay away from the sport of basketball. I just couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I just sit there and I think about it even more. So I told my parents, told the coach, I would still like to be a part of this team. So I sat the bench. I was a team captain. I went to every practice, went to every weightlifting, went to every shooting league, went to every game. And it was great. And I think it helped me even more, like to sit back and see the game. When you're out there, it's different than just sitting back and watching the game.
Yeah.
You see more things. And I feel like that helped me a lot more once I started coming back after my junior year. When I started getting healthy, going into my senior year, I feel like that really helped me. I got to pinpoint things to help me give me more of a strength than the other guys that did play that whole junior year, that didn't sit back and see the game like I did. So I came back, like I was outsmarting guys on defense, I was outsmarting guys on offense, which I could see it, and the coaches, my parents, everyone could see it. Like, wow, he's doing pretty well. And I was just like, I took that as an advantage. I was hurt, but I thought I would just watch the game, learn, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm constantly trying to learn every day.
For sure.
About the sport of basketball. Senior year comes. It was good. We were 26 and 0, and the game to get to state, we lost to the number 3 team in the state. We were number 1 all year long. It was great. It was very depressing because we were picked to win it all for Division One. It was a great year. Don't get me wrong. Great coach staff, great players, great team chemistry. I had a great year. Averaged about 14, 15 points. We had 2 or 3 other guys that averaged 14, 15 points. We had a good three top 3 guys that were pretty good. It was just very depressing to just lose that game to get to state, because everyone dreams of playing where the Wisconsin Badgers play, which is the Kohl Center. Everyone dreams about that. Like when they're a little kid, I was brought up in Wisconsin Rapids, I wanted to go to Kohl Center.
Mm-hmm.
That was my goal. So it was very hard for me to take all that in. Like, wow, my high school career is done.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me, for a couple days after that. But I had to just move on and go, just slowly start to just accept that, and just, all right, that my high school career is done, and just, prepare for college. So that was a little bit about my high school career. It was kind of crazy. Everyone's story is different. And I feel like mine's a little bit unique than everyone else's. And, everyone doesn't stay with a team. A lot of guys stay with the team for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I transferred. I played for 2 different teams, and I got hurt. I sat out here. So I played 3 years of high school basketball, played one year at one high school and 2 years at a different high school. It's crazy. My story is pretty crazy, but, I still believe I had a great high school career.
For sure. So, talk about, the decision to go to Seton Hall in 2017.
So my decision to go to Seton Hall, I didn't really have that many options before deciding to go to Seton Hall. So I took a visit there. My dad actually knows Coach Fred Hill, who was there at the time. I played with the guys there in open gym, and I had a great open gym. And Coach Willard said he would love to have me, come in as a preferred walk-on. And I just felt like it was the right decision for me. It was nice knowing that someone knew my dad. So it kind of felt a little bit better. I didn't want to just go to some school that I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
So that was nice knowing Coach Willard. And I don't know, like a week went by or 2 weeks went by, it just felt like home. All the guys were great. I mean, that year was just great. With
For
Angel
sure.
Delgado, Ted Rodriguez, Dean Carrington, all those guys. And it just, the coaching staff was all great. Shaheen, and then Coach Willard, Coach Grant, they just made it felt like home. After that week, because the first week was my first college experience, so I was kind of nervous being away from home, all the way halfway across the country.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me, but I was there, get a good education, but I wanted to play basketball. And I knew my role was not to, I wasn't going to get that many minutes. I
Hmm.
didn't know if I was going to get any minutes, but I
Yeah.
wanted to get better. I wanted to make Seton Hall basketball better too.
Hmm.
The starting five or just everyone around me. So I thought it was a great decision for me, and we had a great year. We did.
So, talk about, your love for training now, your basketball training, talk about how you got into that and why you're pushing forward towards that.
Um, it all started. Well, it's gonna be coming up on a year now. Last April. So I was, when I left Seton Hall, I got a scholarship to play at Albany, so I went there. Things didn't really work out there. I got injured, so I ended up leaving. So I came home second semester last year.
Hmm.
I had to have surgery 2 times coming back home last year. It was very depressing for me, and I was just bed rest for like a week, and I just couldn't. And everyone was at college, so I didn't have any friends back in Oshkosh
Hmm.
at my house. So I couldn't just stay at home. I couldn't just do nothing. I just had to. So I just thought about why can't I train kids? Why can't I train younger guys?
Yeah.
Because I didn't really have that when I was growing up in the small city I was from. So I was like, why don't I just try to give back? So I wrote down all the drills I could think of when I did all these camps, went to the Seton Hall, Albany trainers or whatever. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, just constantly trying to get all this information, all these drills, anything, all these concepts or whatever. So I started training these younger kids over in Oshkosh area, FEA, and I was on crutches and a scooter when I first did it, which is kind of weird, But I feel like that just shows people and shows everyone my passion for the game. I'm not gonna let me, because some people when they go on crutches or are in a wheelchair or scooter, they kind of get embarrassed when they go in public.
Yeah.
They don't like to do that. But I didn't care. I was just like, you know what, I want to get these kids better. I get an hour with these kids. I want to make sure that that's the best 60 minutes that they've ever worked out in their entire life.
Hmm.
So it was definitely a great experience for me to do that while I was injured. And a lot of people haven't done that or can't say they have done that. And so I continued to do that last spring. I ended up moving back to my hometown, Wisconsin Rapids, which I am right now.
Hmm.
Um, I was still on a boot and I was still in crutches, and I continued to find kids in this area around here, where I grew up originally, my
Yeah.
first 15 years of my life. So I was just like, I want to really have a huge impact on this community, for this school in this area as much as possible. And I ended up running my own, I helped out with my old high school basketball camp. And that was great. So I got to meet kids, and I can see, I can, I can see potential,
For sure.
I saw this one kid that I just couldn't believe. I was like, geez. And he was 11 years old. And I asked the head coach, "Is like, does he play for the Rapids basketball team,
Hmm.
that age?" And he's like, "No, he just does BMXing, racing."
Hmm.
I was just like, no, no, no. This kid needs to play basketball for Rapids, not
Yeah.
just, go play YMCA basketball or whatever, or street basketball. This guy needs to play, organized competitive basketball. And,
Hmm.
that right there I was reaching out to him, reaching out to a bunch of other kids, and it just kept on trickling on over the summer. So I built up quite a bit of clients coming to me, and they were enjoying it. I worked kids out I did Monday through Friday, and I
Hmm.
would try to work out one kid, once or twice a week. That's my philosophy. If you're not training with me once or twice a week, that doesn't show dedication that you want to get better.
Yeah.
I mean,
For sure.
I've in the beginning, I've gotten a couple of kids, once a week, then I won't see them for like a month. And then they come to me and their parents come to me, we're not seeing your results. Well, your kid's not putting the time in.
Yeah.
I wish I could work with these kids every day, but I just can't. That's not how it works. I'm trying to work with these kids out once, twice a week. So then I can show them as much as possible or give them not as much knowledge as possible. So then they can go home and do these drills on their own. Because that's what I did. I didn't have a trainer. My dad just wrote down drills for me or the camps I went to, and then I just wrote them down. I came home and I did them on my own on my concrete basketball court. That's what I'm trying to build around here. I'm trying to build that mindset that you have to continue to get better every day. It's not just once a week or once every 2 weeks, So comes fall, I got asked to be high school basketball coach.
Mm-hmm.
And for the boys and girls. And I was like, I worked out a bunch of girls and I worked out a bunch of girls during the summer, a bunch of guys, and my brother, my brother is just like, I don't want you to be on the coaching staff for me. I was just like, okay, well, coach has asked me to come on. I mean, I'll leave you alone. I'll help your team. I won't, because, brothers, we fight once in a while, and he just wanted to be his high school career. He didn't want me to, get involved with it. I was like, Grant, I feel like this would be great for me and Rapids and this community, but it'd be good for you too. I want to help you as much as possible. Right. Sure. I want you to be better than me. That's my goal. I don't want him to just be good as me. I want him to be better. That's just that's how the big brother I am. I want him to be better than me. Mm-hmm. So I decided to be a boys assistant coach, and I decided to do a girls assistant coach, which was different. I would be in the gym at least 8 hours a day. I would do my homework in the morning, and I would get to school early so then I could do my own training, and then it would be boys practice or then girls practice. It'd be vice versa for 2.5 hours. So I'd be in the gym working with 2 basketball programs for 5 hours total, 6 hours total. And I would still continue to do my training, which was great too. And I'm still doing my training today. I was after the season. Now this all happened, with the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. It's been a challenge for me, but I found ways around it. I'm making videos for kids to see me do drills so they can do it on their own. Or I'm making programs for the kids so they can do it on their own too, which is great. It's definitely hard. I want to see the kids work out. So I'm trying to get kids to send me videos so I can see how they're doing it. Are they doing it the right way? Is the technique good? So, but that's just how I start with my training. It's been a year now and I love it and I want to continue to do it. I feel like this was kind of my purpose too. After I'm done playing, I want to be a basketball trainer. I want to get back to the youth and I want to stick around this game for a very long time. I don't want to sit in office all day, I want to be active. I want to be on the court. I want to be touching the field in basketball and be around kids and be around basketball players.
For sure. So, we see what's on your sweater, Do More, talk about that movement that you started a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, I started Do More movement probably, I would say my sophomore year. That's my mom kind of helped me with that. And that was the year, sophomore, junior year, where I broke my foot. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of going through stuff mentally, and she just constantly saying to me, you got to do more, you got to do more. Because I would just sit in my room and just not do anything. And I was like, you got to get out and you got to do more. You can't just be lazy. She said, you can't just be lazy. You got to go out and, you're a basketball player. You need to keep doing more and you need to do more. So I kind of started that with my training then. I got it tatted on my wrist right here. Mm-hmm. So then when I'm training or just, it's not just like a basketball thing, it can be used for anyone, that's why I got on my right wrist. If I'm feeling kind of down on myself, I'll just look down on my wrist and I'll see Do More. I'll just like kind of just trigger in my head that, okay, I got to pick myself up. I got to do more. I can't just be sulking. I can't be this, emotionally just, upset and just sulking throughout the day. I just got to pick myself up and, hey, this is life. You gotta fight through it every day. You gotta wake up with that attitude that you want to do more and that positive attitude. You just can't. I've gotten some people, that kind of, think, hey, who cares about do more? And I'm just like, I mean, that's your thing then. If you're gonna have that type of attitude towards do more, then that's your problem. Do more is huge for me, and I feel like all my clients and people that are around me have taken that and are very serious with it. When I'm training too, do more. You gotta do more. You gotta do more. You gotta do more of this. You gotta do more of that, because I always remind my kids, you gotta think, yes, you're the only ones working out right now, probably in the city, but you gotta think about this whole state. You gotta think about the country. There's other 13, 14-year-olds that are working. Are you going to be willing to do more than that other 13, 14, 15-year-old in the country or the state or this area around here? So it's just kind of, it's do more is this, it's come a long way with me, and I continue to bring it with me and enforce it on these kids. It's not just for basketball kids, it's for anyone. Anyone can use it in their life. I'm just trying to build that foundation, that, I don't want, I like to kind of use it a little bit, but like the kind of that Mamba mentality. You want to build that type of mindset. Constantly, you want to do more. You don't want to do less. You don't want to just be average. You got to be constantly doing more every single day. You can't just be average every day and then, 30, 40, 50 years from now, you go look back on yourself. Did I do everything that I think I could do to the best of my ability? Did I do more or not? So that's why I'm working with these little kids to try to build that in their head. Like, it'll help them in the long run. So do more. I'll continue to keep on saying that, keep on bringing that up, and keep on putting on sweatshirts, t-shirts, sweatpants, or whatever. I want to get the word out that do more. I feel like it is a big word, and I think I want more people using it.
For sure. So where can people find your merchandise at? Or, where can people follow you at on Instagram, social media, whatever is on the web?
So, so you can follow me at my training page, which is at Do More Extreme. I have a little highlight story on my Instagram page that has merchandise. I got a bunch of t-shirts. I got sweatshirts, and that you can message me. You can DM me, and you can pay me through PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and I will mail it to you within a week. I'm planning on getting more merchandise here soon. Right now I'm just kind of locked up, so I'm just kind of just waiting right now. But I want to get more long sleeves. I want to get sweatpants. I want to make tank tops. I want to constantly be building it, and so people can wear it on a daily basis. So.
All right, for sure. Thanks, Phil, for joining the Eron podcast.
Yeah, thank you. It was great. I really enjoyed it.